things in it. Ooh, this is like wee. Ah, where is it? Boing, boing, boing. This is not what I want. Are we ready for the results? Oh, this is weird. In the viewfinder, my head is blending in, like this is blending in with the wall behind me. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I don't often get that many requests to do particular videos unless it's like a really hyped makeup product or something. I'll get the odd request here and there, but none of like all the same people suggesting the same thing until this bloody Shark hairstyler launched. I've actually had quite a few people saying please do a video on it, so I went and bought one of the Shark FlexStyle air styling and drying systems. It was $299.99. I've made quite a few videos using the Dyson Airwrap, which I really love. I've had it for maybe like coming up 3 years now, I think, and I really like my Airwrap. We've been through like a bit of a, I don't know, troubled time. At the start my curls just didn't last and I really had to kind of like get to know it, and now I love it, and I think my hair is in a lot better condition than it was before I had it, because I used to just use my curlers and straighteners like every single day. And the Shark FlexStyle is $299.99. The Dyson Airwrap is between $449.99 and $499.99 depending on which one you go for. The prices kind of range in between that bracket depending where you buy it from and kind of like if you get the newer one and which attachments you get with it and stuff. So with the Shark one you would be saving up to around £200. It's still very expensive for a hair tool, don't get me wrong, but for the people that are looking for something that is a little bit more affordable and most importantly has the same technology, then let's see if it's any good. So my hair type naturally is wavy. When I was younger it used to be curly, as in like spiral curls, but I have kind of destroyed it over the years with heat and also bleaching it. I do take a lot better care of my hair now, but I've lost a lot of the curl. I've still got a bit of a wave in it and I do get little ringlets if I let it kind of dry naturally. That being said, I've never really liked my natural hair. I used to wear it natural when I was at school and I'd just tie it up in a bun or wear it kind of half up, half down, but that was mostly just because I was lazy. And whenever I show my natural hair in videos, people comment saying I should try the curly girl method, but I don't really, like, I tried it for one time on my TikTok. I just don't really want to dedicate that much time to restoring my curls when I never really like wearing my hair curly. I'm sorry. So the Shark FlexStyle has got a smoothing attachment, which I think is just the regular dryer. It's got a defining one, which has got a kind of diffuser, which the Dyson doesn't have, but I'm very interested in that attachment, and for the sake of science, I will be trying it on a piece of my curly hair just to see, well, wavy hair, see what it does. You've got the auto wrap curlers, which are the #1 thing that the Dyson Airwrap kind of attracted people for, and it does use the Coanda technology, which is the technology that Dyson created, I believe. I think they had that kind of technology copyrighted up until a certain point, and after a few years they can then sell that science to other companies. I believe that is the case. It has the Coanda effect, which basically sucks your hair up and wraps it around. It has an oval brush and it also has a paddle brush. The Dyson Airwrap has 2 different paddle brushes, which to be honest I don't end up using both of the paddle brushes that my Dyson has, so I quite like that they've replaced one of them with a diffuser. By the way, if you like my sweatshirt, it's from mine and James's Goose and Gander collection. They are still available on the website. Although it's heavy, Shark wins on the design of the box. It is a zip up travel case with a top handle so you can carry it. The Dyson one is some big chunky leather box that is very inconvenient to travel with. It also has a much better system of organization. It has actual compartments where the different parts are in. So the first thing I'm seeing is the curling attachments. It just comes with the one size of the curling attachment. The Dyson one has got 2 different thicknesses. The Shark one looks like it's kind of in between thickness of these two, but it's longer by like a good inch. I did buy the longer attachments of the Dyson because when I got mine, the longer ones did not exist. So the Shark one is shorter than the Dyson longer barrels, but longer than the original Dyson barrels. Okay, this is the smoothing kind of dryer attachment of the Shark, which looks pretty good for kind of drying your hair that way. Oh wow, we've got a diffuser which has got like a slider on the back where you can have the little things in it go longer or shorter. It feels like some kind of trap. Why is there masking tape on the back of it? That's weird. So this is the paddle brush. Gotta say, doesn't look like my fave. Only because the bristles are so spread out. I feel like the bristles that are this spread apart, it's a little bit more difficult to actually grip onto your hair and keep it smooth, but we'll see. Jesus. Okay, this is the round brush attachment. That's big. It's very big. Okay, so the one downside that I'm seeing so far is for my Dyson, yes, mine is covered in hair, don't judge me. The Dyson one is a lot smaller, and I actually use this attachment the most out of all of my Dyson ones because I use it on my fringe to kind of do the little like flicky thing. And this this, because the bristles are so close together, it's really good for like gripping your hair and kind of like rolling it and getting that volume and the swoopy side bang kind of thing. I've tried other kind of hot brushes that are similar sizes to this. I would compare it to like the Revlon hot brush. It's quite a big thing, so getting all of your fringe in that, I think it's going to be quite hard to get up to the roots. But again, we'll see. And you can like maneuver it like this. So I guess you can dry your hair like this and use the diffuser like that. So I guess that will come in quite handy. Should we see what happens when I just turn it on? Oh, that turned off really weirdly. So it has 3 different heat settings, 3 different speed settings, and then like a cool shot, and then this is the on-off switch. In terms of noise level, I think it's a little bit louder than the Dyson one, but it's not as loud as your typical hairdryer, and it makes a lot more of a high-pitched sound. Hairdryer is like woo, this is like wee. I'm gonna try and smooth this side of my head and curl it and use the round brush. On this side of my head, I'm going to try the more natural method of giving it a little bit of a blow dry and then using the diffuser. Let's do that. I just had it on the highest speed and the highest temperature, and it gets really hot. So the temperature options are no heat, low, medium, and high. It does say on the website, Shark FlexStyle measures heat 1,000 times per second, ensuring consistent air temperatures, gently drying with no heat damage. But it doesn't say kind of how high the temperature gets up to. That felt a little bit hot to me, so I'm just gonna turn it down. But it's very powerful. I like the power of it. It seems to be drying my hair very well. One thing that I'm noticing that I don't like about it is that the fan, like this bit almost seems a bit too short. I find that where I want to grip it, like if you hold it up here, fine. But as soon as you grip it down here, part of my hand starts covering the little fan at the bottom. And obviously you don't want to, like my natural instinct would be to hold it down here at the bottom. But you don't want to hold this bit, otherwise it's gonna probably break it because all the air gets sucked in from this little, not the fan, is that the fan? You know, the air comes in from this bit and you can feel it sucking in all the air. But because the buttons are right down the bottom here, I kind of wish that they put the buttons in this middle section, because to try and turn it off, you kind of have to shuffle your hand down to here unless you want to use your other hand. And same with adjusting the heat temperature in these as well. Like I wish that they'd move them a bit further up. So that's just a practical point of view. I'm gonna go in with the paddle brush attachment. It's not completely dry yet. I still need to, I think, blast the roots a little bit more with the other one, but I like this paddle brush attachment. Initially, I thought that the spaced out bristles were going to be a problem, but I actually think I prefer that. There seems to be more airflow going through my hair, and I also like how it kind of curves around the edges. It doesn't just stop like flat. It has these extra little bristles around the sides here, so it kind of grips your hair a little bit more and you can hold it almost on its side like that. It is doing a really nice job of smoothing out my hair actually. I like that attachment, and it's definitely bigger than the Dyson one. In terms of how much hair it grips onto, because of the extra bristles around the side, it grips onto more. This one feels a lot kind of thinner. Just don't touch the metal bits because it does seem to get quite hot, whereas the Dyson ones are all plastic. This one's got some metal in it. Hang on, how do I get this off without burning myself now? That's the only... Okay, we've reached a floor. We've reached a floor. Just be very careful to not touch the metal because it does get quite hot. I'm just gonna give it a bit more of a blast. That is a really good hairdryer. Love that. Let's then try... Oh, that's definitely not the right way. See, the oval brush has got this little like knob on the top of it that you can hold on to. Let's try this one and let's try and do my fringe with it. It's just so big. That's actually worked really well. However, you can't really, well, for me anyway, I'm finding, you can't really get the same like swoop effect on shorter pieces of hair. Because this is a lot bigger and thicker, it doesn't, like, by the time my fringe is wrapped all the way around it, it's mostly just kind of straightening it out rather than giving it that flick that I usually like to do. So that is the one downside to this brush, I would say. You can't quite get the same flicky sort of effect. I mean, sure, you could definitely do it on the ends of my hair, which let's try that. Okay, see, that kind of worked here. You can see I was able to get that little flick. I don't know why I did it upwards though. It has done a really, really nice job actually at smoothing out my fringe. It feels very straight and very soft. But in terms of the whole kind of swoopy effect, it's a little bit more difficult. There is a bit of a swoop, but it's a bit more difficult than the smaller Dyson barrel. It's done a really good job at smoothing out the top of my hair where I usually have a lot of frizz. My hair feels really soft. This one is good if you want to straighten your hair, I'd say. Not so much for doing the whole flippy kind of thing on your fringe, but on the rest of your hair, sure. And it picks up a lot more hair than the Dyson. Yeah, you can definitely get the kind of bouncy effect. I do like the attachment, but it's not comparable to the Dyson kind of equivalent. Now, what we've all been waiting for, the color attachments. The reason that it comes with two is so that you don't have to flip your arm over the top of your head. So what you want to do with these, when you're looking in the mirror, the arrow should be pointing away from your face, so that you get curls away from your face, which is generally a lot more flattering. Okay. Oh, I think I'm gonna like this. I'm just gonna spray my hair with a little bit more heat protectant just to dampen it a bit, because you want your hair to be a little bit damp. Maybe it would have made more sense if I'd have sectioned my hair, but you know what? I'm usually too lazy, so. Oh yeah, see, I can't reach the button from all the way down here. There we go. Oh, I can see steam coming off. Ah, it's getting really hot. I'm gonna turn it down. Let's now press the cool shot. Okay, let's then slide that off. Before I do the big reveal, what I usually do with my Dyson one now, if I'm going somewhere where I need it to last all day, I usually will clip it up. Most of the time, I will just twist it like this, leave it to sit so that it doesn't all unravel, and then at the end of my head, I will brush it all out gently after some hairspray. But it's working very well. I could see quite a lot of steam coming off my hair, and it feels to me like it definitely gets hotter than the Dyson one, but it picks it up really easily, exactly like the Dyson one. I usually kind of touch it throughout to see if it's dry. Cool shot. It does take a while for the cool shot to get cool, but so does the Airwrap. So you start off with curls that look a little bit crazy. Oh, I've missed a bit under my hair. That's so annoying. Just from personal experience with the Dyson, it seems to be working in the exact same way though. It's picking up my hair very effectively. It's working pretty much exactly the same. See, what I would usually do if I want the curls to last like all day, I will usually pin them like this. I'll slide a little clip in there and pin them up. To be honest, most of the time I don't do that these days, because I have found that the best method is to kind of start with your hair damp, put it on the hottest setting, then use the cool shot, and then kind of wrap them around each other, leave them to sit here for a good like 10-20 minutes, spray them with a bit of hairspray, and then I find once I brush them out, they generally last a pretty long time. And especially if you use some kind of mousse in your hair beforehand. I'm using it on the medium heat, by the way. The curls are looking really nice so far. Oh crap, have I done that thing again where I've blow dried my hair into my eyes and my mascara has melted into my hair? Yeah, I have. That looks really nice. Shall I do my little fringe bit? And also another ease of use thing, these buttons are very flat against the thing. It's quite hard to feel for them when you're like trying to reach for the cool shot. I was like, where is it? So far, I'm really liking it. Curls are looking good. They do seem to have dropped a little bit. And I do still have a little bit of frizz, but I have to say with my Dyson one, it doesn't eliminate my frizz completely. If you do have naturally very frizzy hair, it's quite hard to get it completely smooth. In my opinion, maybe that's just my hair type. I'm just gonna spray this as it is with a bit of hairspray, and I'm just gonna leave it to sit there. This attachment is really good. It's pretty much seems to be working the same as the Dyson one, but the only thing is I do feel like it gets a bit hotter. Could just be me, but I think it does. So then on this side of my head, I'm gonna try this diffuser. My hair's kind of half dry already, but let me just see. Let's see. I've not used a diffuser in years. I used to use one when I was at school. It said in the instructions that the longer ones help you to kind of like hold your hair at the root better. I don't think I maybe didn't use it in the best way, but it's definitely worked. Look at these little ringlets. But yeah, as you can see with my hair, I get the kind of like tightest little like curl bits at the top, and then the ends just kind of go. This is why I never kind of wear my hair natural. Yeah, now what do I do? I'm gonna respray this side of my hair and I'm gonna try and smooth it out and match it to this side, just using the opposite barrel, and then I will come back and we will brush out the curls and see the finished result. Wish me luck. After that bit kind of going a bit curly, I'm struggling to get this bit to look nice. It's kind of just going and it's not straightened as much as the other side. It's a little bit more difficult because I can't quite get to this little like kink under here. I'll keep trying with it. See what happens when I curl it, if it'll make it any better. Boing, boing, boing. This side of my hair is starting to feel really sticky from where I've sprayed so much product in it. Feeling these ones are gonna stay a bit easier just because there's more product in them. This side I think is gonna have a lot more volume. What I'm gonna try now is just taking these two front pieces of my hair and taking the round brush again. Sorry, the oval brush. Let's take the oval brush and see if I can fix this. It's just so big! Woo! No, like, why is this side just going straight and this side is going like... I've got to admit, guys, I did cut these myself. I did cut these myself the other day, and they are not cooperating with this particular thing. With the Dyson, they look fine. Let's try using this bit on my... This is probably a bit too thin. Where's the off button? Where is the off button? Oh God. Oh no! Oh no! This is not what I want. Fuck's sake. This side, fine. This side, no. Oh! Oh, no. No, 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 no. Right, I'll just tuck that one behind my ear. Oh my God. It's got a life of its own. Fine, I'll tuck it behind my ear. Hopefully it will settle it down a little bit. And I'm just gonna spray the other side. This side hasn't had as much time to cool down, but it does feel completely cool because I used the cool shot on it. So, moment of truth. I'm gonna flip my head over and we'll see the finished results. God, this room is full of steam and hairspray. Are we ready? And are we ready for the results? We've got a lot of volume. Obviously, it's most likely not going to stay like this. Like I said, this side, which had more hair product in it originally, because I'd sprayed it twice with my heat protectant spray, which is kind of like a bit sticky. This side seems to have kept the curls a lot more, whereas this side, they've dropped out quite a lot. However, I think we will know by now that the Dyson doesn't really give like the ringlet curls anyway. It gives you this big kind of bouncy blowout type thing. And I know a lot of people would be like, don't touch it with a hairbrush. I would usually brush out my hair very gently. So I'm just gonna do that on this side and see what happens. Oh no. Okay, they have definitely fallen out quite a lot. I might just redo this piece because that's just gone a bit. Once you get the hang of it, I find personally that it actually takes me a lot less time than it used to take me to do my hair, as in, I'm talking generally about this kind of hair tool, this one, or the Dyson. With my hair being so naturally frizzy, I used to have to blow dry my hair, try and smooth it out. I would have to straighten the top half just so that it didn't go super frizzy because the hairdryer could never get it smooth enough, and then I would have to curl it. So it was kind of like a 3 or 4 step process, and obviously this one is as well, but drying your hair while smoothing it out at the same time and then just curling the ends. Now that I've got the hang of it, it really doesn't take me that long to do my hair, maybe like half an hour maximum in total. Okay, so now that I've done these 2 pieces, I'm a lot more happy with how it's kind of looking. I'm just going to try and brush out this side. As you can see, the curls do drop out quite a lot. However, if you do want to get that more like ringlet look, what I would really recommend is pinning your curls up. I know it is a bit of a faff, and to be honest, it is frustrating to pay so much money for a hair tool and then have to pin your curls. But the reason being for that is because it doesn't get as hot as typical like hair tongs. So yes, those generally, depending on your hair type, they tend to hold your curls a lot better if you use like a regular hair tong that gets up to like 200 degrees. But because this kind of thing doesn't get as hot as those, the curls tend to not last as long unless you pin them up or use extra products like hairspray and mousse. But for me, I am perfectly happy with this result. This gives you that really kind of like glamorous, bouncy, voluminous hair look, and I have to say this is definitely very comparable to the Airwrap. If you can save any money on it, or maybe if you want to ask for it for Christmas, I would recommend it. I think it's really good, and it's a really good alternative to the Airwrap. In terms of like the results of my hair, it's extremely similar, minus this bloody bit of fringe that doesn't want to cooperate. Hello everyone, this is the second day that I'm testing out the Shark, and something that I've noticed is that on some of the curls, they've almost got like a hexagonal shape to them, where, look, can you see? It kind of looks like the barrel. On this piece, I was holding it too tight against my head. So obviously it sucks your hair up, and you can just hold it there gently and it won't do this. But if you pull it tight, I don't know how to describe it, your hair is then closer to the shape of the barrel. Whereas if you just hold it a bit more loosely, it still wraps it up and keeps it curled without making this hexagonal shape. And I did my hair earlier on today, maybe like 8 hours ago. This is what it looks like at the end of the night. To be fair, I did get caught in a little bit of drizzle in London, and my hair has stayed pretty smooth. It's not obviously gone back to its natural state, but the curls did pretty much completely drop out. I've just got like a tiny bit of bounce left. But yeah, I would definitely say this is without pinning the curls. Same as the Dyson. If you want them to last all night, well, for my hair type anyway, I know that some people with these kind of hairstylists, they find that their curls last longer than normal, but for me personally, my hair doesn't seem to hold a curl as well with this kind of like thing. I think it's to do with the heat thing and that my actual strands of hair are quite thick. So next time I would definitely clip it up like I usually do with the Dyson. So there we go. I would say that the downsides for me about this particular Shark device are that compared to the Airwrap, you do just get the one barrel thickness, so you don't get two different barrels. And I would say that the other downside for me is that the oval attachment brush is just a bit too big for my particular hair and like from the way that I usually style my fringe, but it's probably just because I'm so used to this one. But this one gets a lot more like at your root and you can really like smooth out if you have like a cow's lick or something, which I do. Whereas this is a lot more difficult to kind of like smooth out. And then the other downside to me is just that it's like the buttons I feel like are in a really odd place. So even if they just had them reachable, I feel like that would be a lot better than having to like shuffle your hand all the way down to the bottom or use your other hand. And this is just me being kind of picky, but I just noticed when using it, it's a little bit less user-friendly, if that makes sense. The pros though, I like this. And it's a really powerful hairdryer. The hairdryer bit works really well. I like how it comes with a diffuser as well, so it's gonna work for a whole lot of different hair types. This brush attachment I really like. And you know what? Overall, I like it, guys. I like it. The only thing is as well, I don't know if the filter is cleanable or replaceable because I don't think that comes off. And also, I'm well aware that it's still a very expensive hair tool. You do not need this in your life. You can obviously just buy the round brush, a hairdryer type things, which give you that bounce and the volume. And you can also buy something like the Babyless tool, which is around the £60 mark, which I've done a video of previously. That one doesn't have the coander effect, but it still has like the curling barrel attachment. The difference is like the Revlon one and the Babyless one, they both get quite a lot hotter than these, so they will probably do more damage to your hair. But if you are on more of a budget, then those are definitely something that you could go for and give it a try, maybe use them on the lower setting if you're trying to avoid hair damage. And if you don't care so much, then knock yourself out. What do you guys think? If I'm being honest, I probably will still continue to use my Airwrap only because I've got the longer barrels for it, which are slightly longer than the Shark ones. I use the round brush bit every day to just restyle my fringe. Oh my god, I've got mascara like everywhere. I will leave a link down below if it's still available. I got mine from Curry's. I forgot to say that. It was out of stock on Boots, but it did say more stock coming soon. Hopefully this was helpful if you guys are considering buying this particular tool. Let me know if there are any other hair tools that you want me to test. And if you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. That would really, really help me out. Subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. I also do makeup videos if you're new to my channel. I hope you guys are good and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.